Welcome back to the little trivia game, True or False Universe. Now I get the feeling that, hello, that this is the last of it, because we've got all the achievements except for one, so, it's probably just those 94 questions, which is a fair amount, I guess. So let's get into it. Hopefully this, we get it all done in this episode, so that we don't have an additional episode after this that only goes for like 3 minutes. So let's go! Diarrhea was the leading cause of death in the American Civil War. Surely getting shot would be higher than that. Let's have a look. True, diarrhea, eh? Soldiers had an honor code against shooting someone that was pooping. Huh. There is a popular internet meme based on the Pokemon character Slowpoke. There's a internet meme based on everything. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, wow! Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Jack Black used to put wires up his sleeves when he was a kid. Why on earth would you do such a thing? Sure. Why? He was hoping that other kids would notice them poking out and think he was a bionic. It's pretty cool. Octopuses are so smart that they're given puzzles so they won't get bored in captivity. Probably. Come on. The highly intelligent cephalopods get unhappy if they don't have things to do with their minds. Yeah, a lot of animals are like that. They need mental stimulation. It's very common for people in Japan to peel grapes before eating them. That'd be the weirdest thing ever, but Japan is the weirdest place ever. True? Mm-hmm. Peel a grape. Due to a perception that skins are dirty and or bitter. Okay. Cows kill more people every year than sharks, probably. We certainly interface with cows a lot, so... In the United States, the CDC estimates that about 22 people per year, I think is what it was saying. I read as quickly as I can, I still can't get through them. Despite its size, all of China falls within one time zone. Yeah, probably. It's big, but it ain't that big. The official national standard time is called Beijing time. Humans domesticated potatoes before we domesticated dogs. Probably. Okay. Humans actually domesticated dogs before we domesticated potatoes. Kind of superfluous explanation there. Polar bears are invisible to night vision goggles. It doesn't sound logical, but they certainly would be cold. But they'd be giving off some sort of heat more than the ice around them, so I seriously doubt it. Alright. Angle between incoming white sunlight and the outgoing rainbow colours is about 22 degrees. That doesn't explain why they don't give off... Oh, night vision goggles, not heat... I was thinking heat sensing goggles. I have no idea how night goggles work. They just increase the light that you've got, I guess. Mountain lions can whistle. Mountain lions. They probably can, but I can't quite imagine how they... Let's have a look. Yeah, alright. The platypus has no stomach. How does it eat? How does it eat? Right, don't tell me. The male ostrich can roar just like a lion. I've never heard it. I doubt it. It's probably true. When they're really crazy like that, then they're probably true. But you can't just assume everything's true. The ancient Romans ate tomatoes all the time. Who doesn't? I don't know. In Tennessee, it is against the law to drive a car while sleeping. Oh, sorry, I meant true. Velociraptors were feathered and looked like little long-tailed chickens. Yeah, probably. Bad. I think I finally got one right. Should have got two right, but I wasn't paying attention to which button I was pressing. Trees get over 95% of their mass from the air. Not quite sure what they're going for there. Surely they get most of the mass from the water within, or just the... no, it's probably water. Trees get 95% of their mass from the air. Unless they're absorbing moisture out of the air, 95% of that just sounds insane. But it's true. The carbon skins. Okay. You're born with 100 bones. I have no idea. Would you be born with less bones than you end up with? I don't think so. You might get a few. But don't we have like 250 bones or something? You're born with 100 bones. I'm going to say false. Good. Finally got one. You're actually born with over 300 bones. There you go. Soviet Russians had to listen to the Beatles' music on converted X-ray scans. What the heck? None of that makes any sense. But it's true. This practice started in the 1950s. Okay. This is going to take 2 episodes if we're going like this. The inventor of the Labradoodle deeply regrets his actions. Who wouldn't? Labradoodle is a ridiculous creature. That was another case of me saying that's true and then clicking on false. Wow. Can't even play the game. In 2009, a Japanese man live streamed his marriage to a video game character he claims to truly love. Probably anything happens in Japan. Now let's actually click on the one that I'm saying. Oh well. That was one of those cases that I should have clicked on the wrong one. San Marino's national football team has only ever won one game. No idea. Probably. Not having a good run. In England, in the 1800s, pants was considered a dirty word. Probably, they say pantaloons. So I mean true. I'm going to click on true. I can do this. There are only 2 things to click on. It's not hard. Karl Marx's beard was fake. No idea. False? Who would wear a fake beard? In 2006, someone tried to sell New Zealand on eBay, probably. The price got up to $3,000 before eBay shut it down. Japan has an island full of rabbits. Yes, it does. I believe it's called Rabbit Island. I've seen videos of it. It's a bit of a mystery how all these bunnies ended up on a tiny island called a Japanese name that didn't have long enough to read. Mark Zuckerberg, billionaire and CEO of Facebook, puts tape over his laptop's webcam and microphone. Goodness, does he? I doubt it. And if he does... Oh. Wow. Everyone should be doing this. Wow. Your computer is listening to you. There is an island where pre-Neolithic people still live, probably. They attack anybody that tries to meet them, yeah. There's still a lot of original, or very ancient tribes of people that have had little to no contact with the outside world. Launching a nuclear weapon in the city of Chicago is punishable by a $1,000 fine. I seriously doubt it. It's probably punishable by an infinite dollar fine. Ridiculous. $1,000 for releasing a nuclear weapon. Yeah, okay, sure. 41% of Americans will develop cancer over the course of their lifetime, and about half will die from it. Probably. The longer you live, the more chance you have of dying of cancer. There you go. Die young. The average life expectancy of a flamethrower operator in combat during World War II was less than 10 minutes. Probably, but it would take you longer than that to engage someone. Like, you'd have to spawn in right in the middle of a battlefield. But it's going to take you hours and days and operate it in combat. Okay, in combat. Once you're already in, you're sure. Anyone's life expectancy was 10 minutes. Depending on the battle, you were lucky to last 3 seconds. Cows moo in accents, but no, they don't. Just like humans, British cows moo in accents specific to their region. Okay. That's awesome. I need to hear that. Deer become elk at a certain elevation. That's interesting. I suppose elk are just a different breed of deer-like creature. Sure. False. Elk and deer are different species. There's a fountain in Italy that dispenses free wine 24/7. I seriously doubt it. Wow, let's go there. Visitors to a town in Italy's Abruzzo region can drink red wine from a free fountain. Righto. I assume you only get one little teacup per customer. You can't just, open your mouth under it. Albert Einstein became a billionaire by the age of 25. I don't think he ever became a billionaire. He wasn't interested enough to pursue money. He was a poor clerk of the patent office, wasn't it? Nikola Tesla was born during an intense lightning storm. I seriously doubt it. Nikola Tesla was born around midnight during an intense lightning storm. There you go, that's awesome. And he was struck by lightning. He became the Flash. German parents not allowed to name their children Lucifer. It's probably frowned upon generally everywhere. German parents not allowed... That's not a complete sentence. True. You can't just name your child whatever you like in Germany. Wow. Ukraine and Montenegro, that's obviously not how you say that, had a war that lasted for 101 years. Montenegro? True? Damn. Japan and Montenegro actually had a war that lasted for 101 years. Okay. Butterflies taste their food with their feet. Yeah, I think they do. Come on, we can do this. You can eat 200-year-old honey. Yeah, probably. Nice. Honey never spoils. Good for the zombie apocalypse. Great. Don't feel great. Dogs can crush a bowling ball between their jaws. No, they can't. Jaguar, maybe. Japan's largest island is Honshu. Surely Japan's largest island is Japan. I have no idea. True. I know there are lots of little islands. Mars was named after the Roman god of war. No, not the god of war. Oh, okay, no, it was. I thought he was the god of something else. Mars was named after the Roman god of war because it is the colour of blood. Okay. Unnecessary panic there. I know it was the god of something. I'm thinking, hey, what's the god of war? I didn't think about it. Oh, God. The city of Melbourne was almost called Batmania. I hope so. I live in Melbourne. Awesome. One of its founding fathers is John Batman. Oh, it could have been Batmania. That would have been awesome. Albert Einstein was an avid bodybuilder. No, he wasn't. Less than 1% of Antarctica is ice-free. I think it depends on what time of the year it is. Less than 1% is ice-free. I'm going to say false, even though it's probably true. Okay. The tongue is the strongest muscle in the body. Yeah, probably. A crocodile can't poke its tongue out. Yeah, probably. A waterfall in Hawaii goes up sometimes instead of down. Hawaii. Yeah, probably. Be a really tall one that is getting blown up by the wind. I know there's some waterfalls that they don't even reach the bottom. They're so tall. They just encounter so much wind that they just break off halfway and get blown away. The Nazis called themselves Nazis. They probably didn't. They probably called themselves something that I should know. Played enough World War II games. The nickname Nazi was used colloquially to mean a foolish person. There you go. There is a zebra in Hawaii with golden stripes instead of black. Is there? I've never seen it. I'm going to say false, even though it's probably true. And then I want to see it. Golden stripes, that's cool. Queen Elizabeth is a trained mechanic. Oh, I doubt it, but she probably is. Yep. Bye. How are we doing? 35 out of 100. 35% of adults still sleep with stuffed animals. Sure, who doesn't? I'm doing it right now. When you blush, the lining of your stomach turns red as well. Sure. Bill Armstrong was the first person to moonwalk. Yeah, probably. No, someone else got out before him. Neil Armstrong. Right. Yes. Haha, 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 you got me. Bill Gates has given away 28 billion since 2007. I hope so. Good on him. Dogs have evolved to understand human laughter. Yes, dogs understand all sorts of reactions that we produce. They're pretty good at reading body language, yeah. You can just give them a certain look and they understand what you mean. Man was once sued by United Airlines for making a site which helps people find cheaper flight tickets. Wow, really? Probably. Americans sue anyone for anything. That's ridiculous. You can get sued for walking across the road in America. In ancient Egypt, one of the pharaohs made his beloved horse a senator. Probably did. Damn. It was actually the Roman Emperor Caligula who planned to make his horse something something. Peacocks can't fly. Yeah, probably not. They can probably just flap about like a chicken. But they can't fly away. True is what I meant. True. Peacocks actually can fly. Oh, I've never seen it. I just see them jump with wing assistance. Polar bears live most of their lives completely underwater. Do you mean under ice, which is technically water? I know they spend a lot of their lives in their snow den, sleeping off the worst of the weather. Polar bears live most of their lives completely underwater. I don't think so. Yay! Bad. Lady Gaga's real name is Elizabeth Grant. No idea. But I'm sure Lady Gaga isn't her real name. Sure. It's gotta be something. Damn. Lady Gaga's real name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina something else. Every year, balloons kill... We've had this before. 2 and 5... Yes, we already know that. Balloons are dangerous things. Don't know what kind of balloons they're talking about. Platypuses don't exist. True. No, I mean false, so click on false. I can do this. Well, actually they do. Australia doesn't exist, though. Great. I live in a void. 1 in every 30 million lobsters is yellow. Sure, why not? Cory in the House is the best anime ever. I've never even heard of it, and I watch a lot of anime, so no. How can an opinion... Cory in the House is a freaking meme. Okay. In New Zealand, sheep outnumber people 6 to 1, probably. Any livestock outnumbers any amount of people. By any amount of number. Ukulele was invented in Hawaii. Probably not. Damn. Ukulele was invented in the Portuguese island of Madeira. Los Angeles is the third largest oil field. Is the third largest oil field in the USA. No idea. Sure. There you go. Parachuting dogs were deployed by the Allies at the Battle of Normandy. Probably, but let's say false. There you go. They parachuted dogs. Bad. "47 Ronin were actually real." No idea. True? It is called the Akko incident in Japanese history. There you go. Artichokes can explode. Sure. Anything with water inside or moisture inside can explode. It appears a chemical reaction provoked by fertilizers may be the explanation. Okay, so it's not pressure. Manawi, a town in Nebraska, has a population of 1 person. That'd be cool. Nice. The mayor pays taxes to herself and acts as a bartender and something else. What? I probably read that wrong. There is a town in China named Santa Claus. Yeah, probably. Damn. There's actually a town in Indiana named Santa Claus. Okay. Grizzly bears run as fast as the average horse. That's pretty fast. They're pretty big. Sure. Thinking doesn't burn calories. Wrong. Everything burns calories. Thinking actually burns calories. You didn't need to explain that if you'd already told me it was... My answer was correct. They're like, yes, that thing you clicked on was correct. Sushi means raw fish. No idea. It should. Damn. The drummer from Def Leppard's only got 1 arm. It's crazy enough to be true. Go on. Sergey Brin, co-founder of Facebook, didn't learn how to ride a bike until he was 30. I don't know. What a weird question. There are underwater rivers flowing along the bottom of the ocean. There are. I can't remember what they're made of, but something heavier than water. Dogs can't look up. Nope. Now, am I clicking on the right one that I'm thinking? That is false. I'm clicking on false. Okay. I'm good at this game. Tomatoes are vegetables. Don't know. Damn. But botanical definition, tomatoes are fruits, the seed-bearing parts of the flowering plants. Right, okay. So vegetables don't have seeds as part of the thing. Is that how it goes? Winston Churchill didn't believe in aliens. I guess. Dang. Winston Churchill did actually believe in aliens. Oh, there you go. You can believe whatever he wants. German police dogs get a monthly pension after their retirement. That's probably going to be true, but you obviously can't give a dog money. You can give its handler money. Let's say false. But it's true, but that's technically incorrect. Masao Yokoyama, a Japanese climber, drowned to death climbing Mount Everest. That'd be a weird way to go. I guess if you're face down in the snow, you get a mouthful of snow, let's say true. Okay. Poor guy. Yay. Hermit crabs lined up by size to exchange shells. What? Hermit crabs line up by size to exchange shells. Well, they kind of exchange shells, not on purpose. They don't like all gather and go, right, you line up here, you line up there. But yeah, they will crawl into discarded shells. I'm going to say false, and then it's going to tell me true. Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's incorrect. A single Viking ship might require 14 mature oak trees and 27,000 hours of labour to build. Sure. Viking men wore stylish baggy trousers and jewellery. Well, that'd be an opinion as to whether they're stylish or not. Baggy trousers, sure, why not? They also wore violet bastards. They were violent, sorry. They were... I can read. Violent bastards. Right. Ancient Babylonians living almost 3,000 years ago often ate sausages. Sure. Everyone likes a good sausage. Sausages are one of the world's oldest prepared foods. Even Homer mentions sausages in the Odyssey. Gorillas can't catch human colds. Let's say true. Damn. Gorillas actually can catch human colds. Thanks for that additional explanation. Raccoons are more closely related to bears than cats. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think they're related to cats at all. Raccoons share a common ancestry with bears, and they originally lived in forests close to waterways. Don't they still live in forests close to waterways? Because they search for their food and water? It would take a sloth 1 month to travel 1 mile. I think they can go faster if they want to. 1 month to travel a mile. That sounds ridiculous. False. Okay. There are 0 mosquitoes in Iceland. Let's say true, because it is damn cold up there. Let's all go to Iceland for that reason. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old. Sure. Great. Your heart beats less than 10,000 times a day. Don't know. It would sure beat a lot of times. Okay. It actually beats over 100,000 times a day. Damn. Most people have cars with built-in GPS, use their phones for directions. Probably. But it's easier to access. People are relatively satisfied with the technology in their cars. What? Russia was the first country to ban video games. Oh, have they? Okay. Who has? All video games were banned in the Philippines from 1981 to 1986. That's alright, they weren't missing much during those years. You can shoot a rabbit with an RPG in Australia for just $25. No, you can't. With an RPG. You can't even get an RPG. You can actually shoot a cow with an RPG in Cambodia for $300. That is obscene. That's disgusting. A Canadian accountant made an entire RPG with Microsoft Excel. So we're talking about a different kind of RPG now. We're talking about a game. A Canadian accountant made sure. So the differences there was a rocket launcher and a role-playing game. China used RPGs. There's all these RPG questions. China used RPGs to disperse rain clouds during the Olympics. Jesus, did they? They're pretty crazy over there, and they do like explosions. Sure. Good on them. Blow up those clouds. That'd work, I guess. I mean, they did it. They must have been working. Just blow it up. In Denmark, it is illegal to name your child Anus. Well, considering they said Germany, it was illegal to name your kids this or that, and I can believe Denmark is doing the same sort of thing. True. Hawaiian pizza was invented in Italy, probably. Damn. Hawaiian pizza was actually invented in Canada. Thanks, Canada. A watermelon is 33% water. It's probably more than that. Let's say true. Damn. One was actually 92% water, yeah. Gotta go with my gut instinct. Africa is the only country in the world named after a woman. Is it named after a woman at all? There's no other countries named after a woman? I'm going to say false. That's not a country. What? Ancient Greeks practiced gymnastics in order to prepare for war. To practice for war. Ancient Greeks. Sure. Come on. Hedgehogs collect grapes on their spines. No, they don't. Medieval Europeans thought that hedgehogs collected grapes on their spines. That would be pretty cool. They wouldn't be able to reach them, though. Alright, 130 to go. 30 correct answers. Metallica is the only band to play on all continents. Let's say true. Good on them. Avocados are poisonous to birds. Yes, they are. One strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. You've got to call it something, I guess. Spaghetto. I'm going to say false. Okay. And spaghetto means little string. Okay. I'll just have a spaghetto, please. Just one. Guardians of the Galaxy movie is based on a true story. No, it doesn't. Be cool if it was. Potato is a large bean. No, I don't think so. It's a vegetable. Like me. Pancake inspired Steve Jobs to invent the iPhone. Do you mean an pancake inspired Steve Jobs to invent the iPhone? What? They must be talking about something else that isn't a pancake that you eat. I have no idea. Is that a piece of technology? Okay, Dan. I now want a pancake that isn't a pancake. Alien hand syndrome is a rare neurological disorder. You believe you've got alien hands? Okay. Alien hand syndrome is a rare neurological disorder in which one hand functions involuntarily. Okay. With the victim completely unaware of it. Okay. There's only one McDonald's in the world with turquoise green arches. That'd be weird. Why? 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 Australian spiders kill a lot of people. No, I don't think they do. In 2016, a young man was first to die from a spider bite. I think he said in the last 37 years. So I don't know how you can be the first. Anyway. Bullfinches can mimic the human voice. Probably. There's lots of birds that can mimic all sorts of things. Okay, but not bullfinches. The US government, that's the first time they've ever put dots in US. The US government gave Indiana University $1 million to study memes. I think they did. Someone got a grant to study memes. There's a book on it written by Richard Dawkins. I believe he invented the word memes. He was studying... What was he studying? Can't remember. Some sort of societal passed on information through such things, through like abbreviations of cultural references. In 1 in 100 Americans believe the sun revolves around the earth. 1 in 100, probably more than that. 1 in 4 Americans. Yeah, there you go. 1 in 4. Oh, God, help me. 1 in 4. Oh, I need a moment. I feel sick. It's probably 1 in 4 flat earthers as well. There was a silent film actor named Harrison Ford. I doubt that. Damn. Lizards do push-ups to get their neighbors' attention. Some of them do. They do all sorts of weird things to get each other's attentions. Summer lasts for 5 years on Uranus. Or Uranus, if you want to avoid sounding rude. Yeah, probably. Or it'll be one of those trick questions which actually lasts for 100 years, or it never ends. Here we go. Someone lasts for 42 years. Yeah, I hate these questions. I knew it would have lasted for a long time. Baby elephants suck their trunks to calm themselves. Sure. Who doesn't? My Much like human babies suck their thumbs, baby elephants will suck their own trunks. Good on them. Not a single horror film was made in America between 1941 and 1945. Let's hope that's true. Dang. I still wanted horror films. If California were a country, it would have the 6th largest economy in the world. What a weird statement. I certainly know there's a lot of money and there's a huge division between the rich and the poor in California. And everything is ridiculously expensive. California's economy is remarkably large. 2.6 trillion. Wow. Hyenas are... I can't even read that. Closer to dogs than to cats. Let's just discard the first bit. Genetically closer. It's just phylogenetically. It just throws me. Phylogenetically. Closer to dogs than to cats. I don't think they're closer to cats at all. They're dogs. Okay then. Makes sense. No, it doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote a lot of songs together as the Rolling Stones. A lot of songs together as the Rolling Stones. So they were saying Paul McCartney and John Lennon were the Rolling Stones. Don't think so. Ukraine banned Steve Seagal as threat to national security. Haha. Steven Seagal, so he's a ridiculous action actor. Like in English today. Sure. Wise decision that the only threat he poses is the donut shop. I suppose because he plays a lot of cops? I don't know. He's in stupid action films. Strawberry milk was invented in Republic of Zimbabwe. Well, apparently chocolate milk was invented in Jamaica, we learned last episode, so sure, they invented all the milk. No, they didn't. No explanation. Sunflowers can clean up radiation. Sure. Yeah. Sunflowers are good at taking up certain radioactive isotopes. Cool. Thanks, sunflowers. Polar bears have smelly feet. Who doesn't? But it's going to be a trick question because they constantly walk on ice, so they're constantly cleaning their feet. They'd have smelly feet at some point. Okay then. Ever been near one in the wild? All the time. Coconuts are mammals because we've done this before. False. It's because I'm getting so many of them wrong that they're running out of questions. Cherophobia is the fear of fun. Chero. Sure. That's tragic. The Caesar salad was named after Julius Caesar. Probably, but it's probably also a very modern invention. Sure. Wrong. I guess it wasn't about Julius Caesar, just a Caesar in general, him as the leader. A swan is strong enough to break your arm. Probably. They're pretty big. Swans are a lot bigger and stronger than they look. That doesn't make sense. They're exactly as big as they appear. Elon Musk was offered the presidency of Ukraine. I don't know who that is, but sure. Okay. Vladimir Putin served 35 days in jail for attempted murder. We got that question before, and I think I answered true, which is wrong, so let's say false. There we go, we learned something. No, we didn't. I've already forgotten. Now, we are at the normalish sort of length I like to keep these episodes, but I do believe that there are only 10 correct answers left to get, and then that's the end of this game. So let's push on. Bruce Lee was known as a great dancer. Not that I've ever heard, but it wouldn't... or rather, it would make a lot of sense for him to be a dancer. Sure. He won the Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship. Cool. People who work longer hours tend to drink less. Now, they asked this before. I guess because this is the end of the game, they're going to re-ask all the questions I kept getting wrong. I have to eventually get everything right, I assume. People who work longer hours tend to drink less. I assumed they meant water, and I said true because they're busy working. But it was actually false, because I think they mean alcohol, so they're more stressed out, so they drink more alcohol. People who work longer hours tend to drink more. A 32,000-year-old extinct Arctic flower was resurrected. I've been doing this all day. I'm tired. Was resurrected using seeds found by an Ice Age squirrel. Arctic flower resurrected. Oh, sure. Sounds like something I've seen in a documentary. Funny. Sean the Wombat was the world's oldest wombat. That sounds like something I've heard before. No, it doesn't. Patrick the Wombat. Okay. Cuddling can help relieve headaches. I'm sure it just relieves stress in general, which would then decrease your blood pressure, which would help with your headache. Cuddling has the same effect on your brain as taking painkillers. Cats and dogs had a common ancestor. We all have a common ancestor, really. Cats and dogs belong together, related to one another by a common ancestor who lived 50 million years ago. If you go back far enough, we all came from the same thing. Jesus. I'm not being serious when I say that, by the way. You only need 40 digits of pi to calculate the circumference, I'm going cross-eyed already, of the observable universe to a margin of error of 1 hydrogen atom. You only need 40 digits of pi to calculate the circumference of the observable universe to a margin of error of 1 hydrogen atom. That sounds so incredibly insane that it can't possibly be true, but it probably is. False? Diggity damn. Good to know. Well, I still don't understand it, so... It is possible to build a website using an assembly language. Sure. It's hard to imagine a situation where it would be a good idea, however, yeah. Any programming language can be used to do anything on a computer. Ada Lovelace wrote the first program in the 1840s. That's a long time ago. What did it do? Tell me. Tell me. So they give you a backstory on the mundane, but the really interesting ones, they're like, yeah, that's just it. Steve Jobs invented the computer mouse. I thought he already answered this correctly. No, he didn't. I totally answered this correctly. They've really run out of things. The mouse was invented by Douglas Engelbart. Bill Gates invented the internet. No, he didn't. Bill Gates had nothing to do with the formation of the internet. I think it was made by the military. Dennis Ritchie invented a powerful gun that shoots both forward and backwards simultaneously. Why would you want such a thing? I guess If you're after a murder-suicide and you're really short on time, I guess you could just invent it just for the hell of it. Maybe you hold it sideways, like a Batman device, to shoot people on either side of you. That'd be cool. False. It's probably true. Okay. Dennis Ritchie invented C, the computer program language that underlies Microsoft Windows. What happened? Achievement unlocked. This is the end. So that was the final achievement. Now they're just telling me it's infinite. And we got this red panda. So that's the end of the game. What happens if we continue? The brain is 95% fat. Sure. It's probably 95% water. That's probably not true either. Penguin is the mascot of Linux because its creator Linus Torvalds was bitten by a penguin. Sure. Huh. There you go. Nicolas Cage has won an Oscar for Best Actor. Oh. I seriously doubt it. Wow. That was a mean question. Whiskey is a Gaelic word meaning water of life. Doesn't sound like a Gaelic word. There you go. It's illegal for kids 16 and under in South Korea to play video games past midnight. Illegal. How would you even catch them out? Let's say true. Right, illegal. Okay. So that's interesting. We've finished the game, but now we just get infinite trivia. They all seem to be ones we hadn't gotten before. Let's just do one more round to see if they are still being unique. It's weird that if they had that many questions, why did they start asking me the same questions rather than asking me these questions while the game was still going? Elvis Presley, yeah, there's the new things. Elvis Presley hated John Lennon. It's like he was dead before John Lennon was a thing. Okay. Birthday cakes originated in ancient Greece. Sure. Those ancient Greeks sure invented a lot of things. Pepperoni is an Italian food. Sure. Yeah, it sounded like a trick question. Google was originally called Backrub. That'd be the worst name ever. But it's true. Bad. But we're not accumulating points anymore, so yeah. I will stop it there. But as there seems to be more questions, we'll make another episode. Is it endless? We'll find out.